Hey, good morning YouTube. My name is Kenny. Thank you for checking out the channel. So today's video is going to be all about our 1992 Yamaha Banshee. I'm going to be looking at a different option for tires to go more with an OEM replacement. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this machine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the tires that are currently on it. But I did buy something which is a little bit of a different option to see what I'm going to think about, because I just wanted to look as 92 and as resto as possible. So there are a couple different things, like the seat, it is a replica. These tires are a replica. They are not actually OEM. This is a replica machine. So we're going to take a look at these tires and figure out where we go with them. All right, so the tires that we did purchase are a Sun F tire. They do have the same pattern as the OEM ones have, and as the Dura ones that recently have come out, or they just kind of replaced the original tires. But these right here seem like a good solid option. We're going to just look real quick at the tread pattern. I'm going to post a picture up here of the tread pattern that is OEM and the tread pattern that comes on the Duras and these, so we can just get a quick little comparison of them. But we're going to get these on the machine in this video, and we're also going to be looking at the plastics and see what we're going to be doing with those.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing.
All right, but for starters, these are the tires. They are Sun F tires. They're in a 20-10x9, which is the same size tire that we currently have on it. 10-20x9. They have the same pattern as OEM. They're just a little bit more flat, people say, but we'll figure that out here. So it has the same pattern, looks great. I don't really think that there's going to be much of a problem doing this. Tubeless, they are a 6-ply tire and they're pretty strong. So we're going to have max PSI is going to be 20 to set the bead. One of the things that I did do differently was decide to take off that orange or yellow lettering. And this is one of the things that I thought was a little bit weird. Now, the tires themselves were absolutely sound. I don't really have an issue with those. However, quality control is one of the things that you look at. We have Sun F right here, and half over top of the word Sun F was the old painted Sun F. I did use acetone to try to get it off at first, but then it just became a little tedious. So I got my Dremel tool and I put like a little wire wheel on there and took the rest of it off. Let me just show you that real quick. So yeah, this is the little wire wheel thing that I used here on the Dremel. I mean, it's not too hard, not too soft, and it just kind of, in a sense, just erased the rest of that off there. But if you look closely, you can kind of see like Sun F, and here's Sun F. So like the S was over top of that. So it made it very difficult to get into these little areas here and get that out. But we got that out. And on the other side, it was not in the same place either. So the Sun F was right here, but it was partially up in this area here. So we did the same thing, got that little wire thing in there and got that cleaned out. But we're going to go ahead and take these tires off. What we're going to go ahead and do is get these tires taken off, go ahead and get this all swapped out, throw some plastics on. Now, that Harbor Freight table lift is the best unofficial ATV lift that I've ever experienced. Now we're going to go ahead and make light duty out of these and use the 14mm, get those off. Wheels come off really with no problem. However, when you reinstall, you don't want to use the impact because you can chip the powder. The Harbor Freight tire changing tool is going to save me another trip out to the shop, so those days are actually history. It'll be ideal if I can get this thing down into some concrete or some cement, but you know, I'll do what I can with what I have for right now. Alright, a little bit of detergent and that bead pops right off with absolutely no problem. The design is pretty decent, but I do put a washcloth down there on the bottom just because I do not want it to scratch up my powder. So a washcloth is down there just to provide a little bit of a barrier in hopes that it does not mess my powder coating up. Both sides are off. Now I use some 2x4s stacked together to give me a 3-inch spacer because those 8-inch wheels don't really want to go down far enough, those 8 and 9 inches. So you have to actually lift the platform up. and we're just going to get that tightened down. And after the little modification that I did and using that resin claw, you don't really have to worry about scratching up any kind of colored bead locks. It'd be ideal if Harbor Freight came with this, but I do think you can buy these online, but I just made mine and I'm not a professional welder and it works perfect, so you can do the same. So you want to make sure you flip your wheel over after that. Wide side down, low side up. Tire's not directional, so it can go on anyway. Boom. Let's get it inflated and we're good. So yeah, so the tire went on with these, and the next thing we're going to do is use some pretty heavy duty straps. I mean, they're not like anything that we're going to use the yellow grade that holds down like heavy equipment, but they're well over those normal 300-pound rate limit ones. So we're going to ratchet these down real good to make sure we put a little extra tension so that that bead pops on, and you just want to release these sooner than later so it's not maximum pressure on them whenever you go to release them. Alright, now let's go ahead and time to get those tires back on. We're just going to seat them down, get them close to where they should be with the impact, but we're going to do the final torque with the ratchet. Alright, now we got that tire on. We did get some Mod Quad brackets that kind of keeps the fenders from sagging down. Basically a simple design. We're just going to go sit right here on here like this and then give extra support to the outsides. Pretty simple. They're shaped slightly different though, so one for each side. Well, we'll get those on real quick. Alright, so we'll take the bolt out down here. 12 millimeter. It's just a small one that holds the rear bumper on. We'll see which side fits best. We'll do the same thing to the other side. Alright, the last few Uggy Duggies, and we're going to get that nice and tight. And now it's time to just go ahead, look at getting the seat off, and making sure we get those new plastics on. Plan is to go ahead and use OEM white new rear plastics as well as OEM white new front plastics. I did buy a few kits offline to have brand new hardware, so everything was nice and shiny. So now we're going to be looking as new as it can get. All right, everyone, as you see, got it looking good. So we're going to go ahead and conclude this video. tires look absolutely amazing on there. As you saw, we did compare them. I think that they're a great option for a budget-friendly replica look. Plastics fit on there absolutely amazing. We're going to go into more in detail in the next video. Figured I'd give you all a teaser. All right, everyone, thank you for checking out this video. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. If you are concerned about how we got from where we were to this beauty, check out the playlist.